Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. Glad you could join me today. I am David. I'm the host of the GNN Cantina Happy Hour right here on the GNN channel on Thursday nights. Come join us on Thursday nights. We start at 8:30 Central Standard Time. We're a live show. We're talking about all things Star Wars, everything Star Wars. So right now we're in the middle of the Bad Batch. March 1st is when Mandalorian season 3 starts. So we'll be doing a double episode. Basically, we'll be doing half the episode will be for Bad Batch, and the other half will be for Mandalorian. Now, that all being said, come join us. We have a lot of cool fun there. But today, I'm doing something a little special. As most of you know, if you've seen our show, you know I'm a huge Lego fan. Look behind me here. This is only about maybe a third of, maybe not even a third, maybe even like a fourth of the stuff that I have. I have shelves and shelves and shelves. If you could see the other half of this room, it's just insane. I've got well over 500 sets. Huge, huge Lego fan. Been collecting since '99 when they started the Star Wars line, and I've purchased just about every set since then. Um, but today, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a live build. Now, if you were joined us in December of last year, I did a live build every day of December from the 1st to the 24th for the Advent calendar. This time I'm going to be doing a set, and there were four new sets that came out in on January 1st. It was a TIE bomber, which I've already got and I've built. So I'm not buying another one for that. I may take it apart and rebuild it. But then also I've got this cool little one right here. It's a brand new 501st Battle Pack, not to be confused with these 501st Battle Packs over here. But no, this one's a different one with a mobile cannon on it. I also have an X-Wing poly bag that came from Walmart. And if you don't know what a poly bag is, it's down on the floor. I can't reach it right now. But if you don't know what a poly bag is, it's just a little tiny bag with a little tiny model in it, and it's usually really fun. And today's project is actually this one right here. Yes, this is the microfighter. This is one that fans have been clamoring for a long time. This is a microfighter, and basically these are just tiny little fighters, and you get a little figure with them and everything. But this is a microfighter Slave One. That's right, I said Slave One.
I gotta say, Boba, this is one beauty of a ship. Not crazy about the name, though.
Yes, we do say Slave One here. We do not say Boba Fett Starship. We do not say Fire Spray. Slave One. It has been Slave One since 1980 when the toys were released. So, what I'm going to do now, we're going to build this thing real quick. And we'll chat, do some things while you're, let's see, show. So, I was fortunate enough to where I got another camera for Christmas this year. So here it is, Slave One. 85 pieces. It's going to come with the Boba Fett minifigure. If I don't look at the camera over here, that's because I'm looking down here. So I'm looking to see what I'm building. So let's open this bad boy up. And of course, being that it's a poly bag, or not a poly bag, a microfighter set, usually, and Lego has started doing this the last few, well, probably the last decade or more. But usually, what happens is like for the bigger sets, you'll get a numbered series of bags and say, okay, now build bag set one, and then bag set two, and then bag set three. With the original ones, it was just like big here. Here's everything, figure it out, which was a lot more fun, in my opinion, because you could kick it old school sometimes and take the bigger builds and dump them out. But let's just open these bags up right here. And we will start by finding. I see his head. Here's his head and his jetpack and his helmet. Here is his feet, and right here his upper body. Okay, So one thing that I'm gonna say about this Boba Fett as I build it, this is the obviously this is the Boba Fett from the Mandalorian. So he's got the black coloring. He's the older Boba Fett. But one thing I'm gonna say about this that I don't like that they've done, like if you look at this figure right here, he's got his dark green armor. Like we all know, he repainted it in the Mandalorian. But his helmet, they never changed the color of the helmet or the backpack for that matter. So it doesn't it's not exactly right. It's not exactly where I want it to be. But hey, I'm just a guy, you know. I they're not gonna listen to me. Hang on, just 1 second. Let me turn this on real quick so I have a little bit more light. Okay, I think I'm back. If I'm back and somebody is watching, just let me know. Show on stream. Here we go. Okay, we should be back. Oh yeah, live and recording. We're still good. Okay, I'm sorry I tapped the button on my screen and then everything disappeared and it was just a hot mess. So we're gonna go ahead and crack these instructions open. Ah, that helped. Let's see. So sometimes, and I normally have a black table. I've got a card table, but it's a black card table that I use to build these things. And sometimes, just sometimes, that's a pain in the posterior because. So there's Boba Fett. There he is in all his glory. Just because it's black pieces are hard to see, and the darker colored ones are hard to see. But that's just where we stand right now. So what this is a microfighter. These were released several years ago, and basically they're just small versions of the bigger ships. Okay, basically they're for like if you had the big slave one that's around, it's like 40 or $50. But if you just wanted if you just wanted the Boba Fett minifigure, or your kid wanted just the Boba Fett minifigure, or wanted the ship itself and you couldn't afford it, or they can't afford it, or anything like that, these are like $10. So you can get I'm not a big one for collecting the microfighters. um, I liked this one because it's Boba Fett and it's Slave One, which I like. Slave One, I said it. Um, I also have a microfighter of the clone turbo tank, and I have two AT-ATs. There have been two different variations on the AT-ATs, and the reason I have those is because those are my absolute favorite ones. Let's see here. Somebody's on the chat. Brilliant. Slave One, Grant Dawson. Hey, Grant, how are you? Good to see you around. Avocado. We see. Okay, that was from when I bumped my thing, bumped my monitor, not monitor, my keyboard, turned off some things. So I guess it didn't end the stream, and that makes me feel better. Thank you for looking out. Anyway, so the microfighters are, and it seems like there was an app or a game that came out with them. Uh, just and it was like you take a picture of it and then you can use that ship. If you own the set, you could take a picture of it, and I mean, I may be way off base on that one. I don't know. Like I said, these never really appealed to me. Um, when they first came out, my wife bought me the Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyer, the Series One Millennium Falcon, Series One Star Destroyer, and I mean, to me, they were really cool, and they're just for a fun little weekend build kind of thing. They're really nice, but or in this case, like, oh, I'm missing something. There it is. Uh, in the case of this, they only released 4 sets in January. One of them is a Brickheads. You had the Tie Bomber, the Battle Pack, and then this that I just showed you. Now, the Brickhead I will not buy. In fact, the only Brickheads, I just sold a bunch of my Brickheads because I had a bunch of them because people would give them to me because they're inexpensive. But I think the only one I've got right now is I think I got Mando and the Child is what it was. So they're just I don't collect them. A lot of people ask if I collect the Ultimate Collector series. I It depends with the Ultimate Collector series. Like you see the AT-AT behind me, that's an Ultimate Collector series. That one I like. I don't consider that an Ultimate Collector series, just because it's built to scale of the minifigures. There's a lot of playability with that one. There's a lot of things you can do with that one. So I always looked at that one, things like that one, where it's like, this is not a thing. I can put my figures in it and it'll look cool. So let's see here. So the Ewok Village, which is right here, that's considered a um, Ultimate Collector series because of the size of it. Um, they released one um, several years ago. It was Betrayal on Cloud City, and that one was released not as a Ultimate Collector series, but rather as a uh, Master Builder series. Hang on just one second. I've got to go get my. I hear somebody yelling at me, so hang on just one second. I'm going to mute you for just a second. I apologize for that. I thought I'd put him down early enough to where he was going to sleep through all of this, but I guess I didn't put him down too early. So anyway, the Cloud City Master Builder series, I own that one, and a lot of these with a lot of like play features, and they're more like large scale play sets. I consider those Master Builders. I've got I don't even know where it is. There's a sand crawler over there that's like a big to scale of the minifigure sand crawler, and I own that one. I don't consider myself a UCS collector. In fact, some of the UCS sets that I have had, I've sold them just because I'll buy them so that I can build them and enjoy them, and when they retire and I need money for more Lego, I'll sell them. I had a story. There was a story when Star Wars Battlefront came out on the PlayStation 4. I really, really, really wanted to get that. So I was doing. I missed the page. So I wanted the place. I told my wife. I said I need a PlayStation 4, and she said, "No, no, you don't." I said, "Yes, I do. I got to play Battlefront." And she said, "Well, then you sell some Legos and go buy you a PlayStation 4." Okay. So I said, okay. So I had purchased a, what do you call it? A Superstar Destroyer. It was a UCS Superstar Destroyer. It was mammoth. It was something, it was a sight to behold. I'll say that. It was 51 inches long. It was, it was just it was a behemoth. The only way I could display it was I had to clean off the top shelf of my closet, and I had to put it in like my clothes closet. I had to put it in the closet because it was just so big. And if I wanted to show it to people, I'd have to go into the bedroom, go into the closet, open up the closet, and then basically pull it out and then find a table to set it on so everybody could see. Well, I bought this thing. It was $400, and I bought it because I had $400 laying around, but also it was double VIP points at the Lego store, so I could get VIP points. If you don't know what those are, it's basically their loyalty program kind of thing. You get rewarded for certain things. So I said, I was like, well, I'll get the double VIP points and I'll get this thing, but I bought it with the intention of selling it. I was like, I know I'm going to sell this thing when I get the chance. So sure enough, I got the chance and I sold it, and I actually sold it on eBay, I believe. And boy, howdy, I got it had just retired. That was the thing. That was the big kicker. When a set retires, usually the prices on it like skyrocket. Um, so it had just retired. I sold that thing for enough money to buy. Let's see. We got more chatters here. Let's see. Derpy Entertainment. Hi humans. An epic shirt. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, UCS prices are getting worse even for us big kids. You're darn right. That ATAT brand new on the shelves was $800. 800. I've never spent so much on Legos in my entire life. Was talking about that on Thursday night. Anyway, so I sold that Superstar Destroyer, and I had enough money not only to buy my PlayStation 4, but I got the limited edition Darth Vader PlayStation 4. I got the that came with the Darth Vader controller and the game, Battlefront game. I bought another controller. I bought a charging station, and I bought two or three games. I think the Arkham, not Arkham Knight, but the Return to Arkham had just come out, and I love the Arkham games. Those are like some of my favorites. So I bought two or three more games, and I had money left over to buy Legos when I was ready. So I sold it for probably twice what I had bought it for, which was really cool. In fact, Grant, you had mentioned the AT-AT. I had the UCS Slave One. Yes, I said Slave One again. Ha ha ha. I had the UCS Slave One, and that was part of the. I had purchased it with the fact of, yeah, one of these days I'm going to sell it. I'm going to get rid of it, and I will no longer have it because something else is going to come along that I'm going to want. Well, sure enough, that UCS AT-AT back there came out, and I had to have it. Like I've said many times before, the AT-AT is my absolute favorite uh, ship in the Star Wars universe. That includes Starcraft and everything. I mean, that's like my go-to kind of thing. So I had to have the UCS AT-AT, and I had to come up with $800 to do it. I had a couple hundred already. Sold the slave one for $400 or $500, I think, something like that. So I was able to get it, and I was excited about that. And then I built it, and it took me about a week. But that was off and on building. That wasn't like, oh my gosh, all the time. We're almost done here with this little slave one, this little tiny slave one. Oh, oops. I jumped ahead. And then and of course there's always a few extra pieces left over. Lego is pretty good about giving you the bonus pieces, which is fine because usually they're the smaller ones to where if you happen to lose one. But I think we are just about set. And there it is. Microfighter Slave One with Boba Fett intact. Quick little build. It's $10. You get the Boba Fett minifigure. It's the newer Boba Fett minifigure, which is the one from The Mandalorian. So that's really cool. You've got some flick fire missiles here on the bottom. Um, not a whole lot of playability really. This is more. You know what this is for? You know what you could do with this? If you go to work and you've got your office, you can set it on your office desk, kind of like that. Set it behind your office, just as kind of a display piece, saying, "Hey, I like Lego, but I'm not bringing all my big stuff out here." It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. So he will sit. He's going to go up with my ATATs and my I don't know where they're over there somewhere. So anyway, there it is. Let's see. Grant says, "Mine's still in the box. UCS Slave 1 and Tantive 4. Well, jealous of your collection description. Sounds massive. Yes, the my Tantive 4 is right there. I've got the old one and the newer ones. Um, I don't keep the boxes for anything, just because I used to, but my wife said, you know what, you're never going to sell that stuff, so why do you keep the boxes? I'm like, I don't know. So I started throwing them away. Now, the UCS and the Master Builder sets, I will keep. I do keep those boxes just because they're big and it's possible I'm going to sell them again. So there we go. Cool little microfighter, little Boba Fett, worth the $10 if you feel like you just need a Boba Fett microfighter. Cool build, but display piece. Yep. Or you know what else? You just saw Samuel was just here. You probably just saw him. He's 4 years old. This would be something where you take Boba Fett out, you keep Boba Fett, and you give him the ship and say, here's something to play with. Woo! And he can go play and do with it as he sees fit. So, all right, guys, it's been great hanging out with you this afternoon. We've had a blast. I built the microfighter. I'm going to be back soon. I'm not exactly sure when. Just keep your eyes on GNN. I'm going to build I will have like I said, I got the 501st battle pack, and it's going to be woo-hoo-hoo. Everybody loves the 501st. So um, come back and check us out. I'm not exactly sure when, but we'll set up a time and we'll get it done. Um, don't forget to check out the Geek Gauntlet. They're going live tonight. Also check out MCU Mondays, which is happening Monday night right here on the GNN channel at 8:30 East Central Standard Time. Also check out the Cantina Happy Hour Thursday nights right here. We talk Star Wars, all Star Wars, and we love it. Join me and Debbie and Cam. We have a great time, have a few laughs. It's a lot of fun. So we will see all of you next time, and y'all have a great time, and may the force be with you all.